Hey everybody, Digibobcat here, and we finally have our next 7-star Tera Raid event coming up this weekend. It's going to feature Delphox, and it's going to have the Fairy Tera type. It's also more than likely going to have its hidden ability Magician, which might make choosing a held item a little bit difficult, especially in a group, so that might take some experimentation to figure out what's going to work best. So finding a good counter to the Delphox raid might be a bit tricky. Normally you would want to bring a steel or poison type to fight the fairy type. However, Delphox's base types of fire and psychic are gonna be super effective against the steel and poison type. That being said, I think the best way to take on the Delphox encounter is going to be literally fighting fire with fire. Specifically, the ability Flash Fire. Now this makes your Pokemon immune to damage from fire type moves and also boosts your own fire type moves by 50% when you get hit by one. This means you can safely Terastallize to the steel type and still resist any psychic and fairy type moves that Delphox hits you with. Delphox can learn 2 fighting type moves, however, Low Kick and Focus Blast. I don't think it'll have them, but it could, so it's something to keep in mind for this encounter. So I'm thinking one of the best Pokemon for this is going to be Armarouge. Its fire psychic base types are going to allow it to resist any fire, psychic, or fairy type that Delphox can throw at you. And it comes with the Flash Fire ability if you don't give it its hidden ability, which makes you immune to fire type attacks and their secondary effects. This means that if Delphox has Mystical Fire, it cannot reduce your special attack. Couple the Steel Tera type with Flash Fire, you are still immune to fire types, even as a steel type Pokemon, and you keep your resistance to psychic and fairy types. The other reason that Armarouge is going to be really great is the moves that it can learn. It's going to be great from an offensive perspective and support. So Light Screen will help reduce the special attack damage that Delphox can do. Acid Spray is going to reduce Delphox's special defense by 2 stages every time you use it. This is going to be huge and increase your damage output. Armarouge can also learn Flash Cannon. This is a super effective offensive move, especially when you Terastallize to the Steel type. You're going to be outputting a ton of damage, especially once you've reduced its special defense with Acid Spray. And it can learn Mystical Fire, which will help support your team even more by reducing Delphox's special attack. Go ahead and train up its effort values in HP and special attack. This will help you survive longer and hit harder. You want your ability to be Flash Fire. For any fire Pokemon that's doing this, give it the Steel Tera type and make sure it has Flash Fire. And go ahead and give Armarouge the Modest Nature. This way its attack is lowered, but its special attack is boosted. So another Pokemon that might be good against Delphox is going to be Houndoom. So its Dark Fire type means it's going to be immune to psychic attacks. Its Fire type means it'll resist fire and it'll be neutral to fairy. Now it also comes with Flash Fire. So this means that you can Terastallize to the Steel type and you're going to be immune to fire types and you will resist psychic and fairy. Now Houndoom doesn't really come with much support. It's going to be an offensive Pokemon, so I would give it Nasty Plot, Flamethrower, any good fire high damage dealing fire type attack. You can give it Torment so that Delphox can't use the same move multiple times in a row. This could help you out some, especially if you could force Delphox to use a fire type move against you and with Flash Fire boost your own fire types. You can give it Smog. It's a poison super effective attack against the fairy type that Delphox is going to be, but it doesn't really hit hard, so it's not really going to matter. Now I would have an effort value trained my Houndoom up yet, but I would give it special attack and HP just so it can take some hits and deal out even more damage. And of course give it the Modest Nature.